Hello all and welcome to my next video. Um, just for context, so I kind of filmed this series a little out of order. What this is this is going to be the second episode of Journey into Monthlies. So we have Tales from the Mailbag and Journey into Monthlies. In this one, I look at my monthly comic book order. So yeah, I kind of filmed this out of order because I'm never quite... I'm never quite sure when they'll come in, because I ordered them at the end of the month, which usually means they're not going to get here till the next month. So even though these are going to be for July of 2021, you'll see this video in August of 2021. So it'll always be like a couple of weeks later, even though it's for the previous month. But yeah. That I just wanted to put that into context. That way, if you're confused as to why this video is randomly uploaded like the way it is, that's why. So yeah, this is my monthly comic book order. I use Midtown Comics. I think I did this in my first Journey into Monthlies video, where I said I usually get my monthly comics from Midtown Comics. And then I get a lot of my trades from in-stock trades, and anything I can't find, I'll get at my comic shop, especially old back issues from my comic shop. Excellent place to get back issues. But yeah, here we go. Happy to have them. These are all Midtown. I didn't have any back issues or trades that I needed to get this month, so these are just going to be my monthlies from Midtown. But yeah, box is upside down so you don't see my address on the shipping label. But let's go ahead and just get into these. Okay. Oh, this is the first. Oh, I don't know how to think about that. Hold on here. So, first thing, if you're familiar with Midtown, they've always sent comic books in a brown bag. For the first time ever, I have received comic books in a white bag. What? Oh. It's like the end of an era. I don't know if that's why or not, but it's what it is. So, yeah. But here we go. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of go through these. Also, I've noticed Midtown puts a lot of stuff in upside down. And you'll see what I mean. First book, I'm just going to kind of go through these in no particular order here. We have the last book of Tanisha... Ta-Nehisi Coates. I always mispronounce the name, and I apologize. But this is the last issue of that Captain America run. This has been one of the best Captain America runs. Is it as good as Ed Brubaker's? I don't know. That's kind of hard to decide. It's definitely different and amazing in its own way. I don't think it's trying to be... It definitely is not trying to be Ed Brubaker's run. It's doing its own thing, and it's been great. This is the final issue of that. So yeah, glad to have that. Then that works into this comic book, which is the United States of Captain America. Last month, you'll notice I unboxed issue 1 of this. That's because this last issue of Captain America was delayed a month. So now we're already on issue 2 of this book. This book caused some controversy amongst certain like political groups and stuff. I'm not going to go into that, but I still think it's an enjoyable read, and it's been interesting. I'm pretty sure this is just a limited series. I think I mentioned that before, and it's going to lead into like a new Captain America run, so we'll see what happens here. But if you're not familiar with it, basically, without trying to spoil anything, there's people around like America that are taking up their own mantles as Captain America. They're becoming their own Captain America in their areas, and somebody is killing them. Like somebody's hunting them down, and Captain America and Sam Wilson are trying to figure out who. So cool story. We have issue 32 of Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil. This has been pretty good. I think I mentioned this in the last video. Daredevil and Thor, not Thor, Daredevil might be like the only book I've gotten consistently for the past 10 years. From Mark Waid all the way through Charles Soule to Chip Zdarsky. It's been great. Highly recommend this one. If you haven't read Chip Zdarsky before, he's a really good writer. He does really good with older characters. He did a like an Invaders kind of miniseries that was really good. So yeah, check that out. It's really fun. I love Daredevil. That book's been amazing. Like it's been, I can't say like every issue is like a 5-star hit or anything, but it's been one of the outright most consistent books since I started collecting it back in like 2010, 2011. We have, again, so it's packed like that, but it's actually upside down for some reason. Eternals, number 6. I might be wrong. I think this is the last issue of this book. It's been an interesting read. The art's really good. It's Asad Rabish, and it's pretty good. If you're familiar with his Thor work, then you'll really like his work in this. It's Kieran Gillen, and I like Kieran Gillen. I'm a big Annihilation fan, so I think he had some stuff to do with that. But it's been an interesting read. I can't say I fell in love with this how I wanted to, but I was deep enough into it that I was like, I might as well just finish out. I think this is the last issue. There might be one more, or like a one-shot that goes with this, but this is coming to an end, so there's that. I've said this in the last video, low-key one of my favorite characters, Beta Ray Bill number 5. I'm pretty sure this is the last issue of this miniseries. It's been fun. If you're a Beta Ray Bill fan, I highly recommend it. I really like this. I really liked it. It's kind of a new take on Bill. Well, not really a new take. It's definitely kind of modernizing Bill. Because Beta Ray Bill's always kind of been the stoic, heroic, foil to Thor and his kind of goofiness. But I like Beta Ray Bill, so seeing him in something has been really good, and this has been fun. I'm not going to go into story details. If you watch one of these videos and you wonder why I don't go into story details, it's because spoilers. I have friends who get comics or might pick up trades, and I don't want to spoil anything, so, pick it up if you really dig Beta Ray Bill. He's just one of those side characters I think it deserves way more. Issue 15 of Donny Cates is Thor. Thor is another book I've been getting pretty consistently since like 2010, 2011, when Jason Aaron first picked it up. I think Jason Aaron's Thor run is one of the greatest runs of all time on a book. And Donny Cates, I wasn't the most excited whenever he took over, but he has done a tremendous job. I think he's done a very good job. His first arc, the whole Dark Winter thing, or Black Winter, whatever it was called, was really good, and I've been keeping up with it since then, and pleasantly surprised. Very, very excited about that book. Last video I went into the X-Men Legends stuff. This is a new series where they're bringing back old writers to do old X-Men stories. In the last video I talked about how Louise Simonson was doing an old X-Men story from when Apocalypse first showed up and everything, so you got Cyclops in the blue and white, and it's really fun. I enjoyed those issues. They were really fun to read, but this is what I'm really excited for. Peter David going back to X Factor. Awesome. Can't wait to read this. Really excited. I love this puzzle kind of artwork on it. But yeah, this ought to be really fun. Excited for that. I love the X-Men. I talked about my love for X-Men in the last video, so yeah. These books, I got one more Marvel book, but I'm gonna save that for last. I'm gonna go into the 2 DC books I get real quick. First off, we have Superman Red and Blue, which I'm almost positive this is backwards. So let's see. Yes, it was. Okay, so there's the real cover. But yeah, it's basically just a compilation book. It's an anthology book. You get different stories from different writers, different artists. It's pretty fun. I think this has been more entertaining than the majority of DC's regular Superman stuff. And granted, not every story in these has been great. You'll get a couple that are really good. You might get one that's not that good, but I'd still rather risk that than just kind of the not so great Superman run we got. So it is what it is. This is issue 5. I think it's only going to issue 6, if I'm correct, because they did Batman Black and White, and I'm pretty sure that went to 6, and I think this is going to go to 6 and then stop as well. Speaking of Batman, we have the issue 3 of the new Legends of the Dark Knight. Again, another compilation kind of book, although this is being done a little bit differently. This is being done with like mini arcs as opposed to compilations. I think this is still part of like the first mini arc. I could be wrong. It might be the start of the second mini arc. But again, I think this has been more entertaining than the majority of what we've got with Batman. I wasn't a big fan of Tom King's run. I'm not a big fan of James Tynion, so I think I'm going to skip that. I do kind of want to get into Peter Tomasi's Detective Comics run because I like Tomasi's work. I was a big fan of his work on Green Lantern Corps a long time ago. And I heard he did good stuff with his Batman stuff, so maybe I'll go back and get those at some point. But for now, I've been enjoying this more than the mainline Batman stuff. So there's that. And last one, this is my new book that I'm going to jump into this month. And I'll give it a few issues, see how it works out. If it's good, I'll keep going. If not, I'll drop it. But this is that last Marvel Comics. They brought back Amazing Fantasy. Not surprising that the Loki show came out, and we got Amazing Fantasy back. It's being done a little bit differently than before. As you can tell, it's got this old, like, kind of fantasy stuff on it, like the old little paper here. And I like this art. This art looks really good. I don't know who this is. Kyle Andrews. I know Kyle Andrews is the one writing it. Or Care. Who is that? There you go. So art too. Okay, cool. Basically what they're doing is they're taking different heroes from different eras and they're throwing them into like one thing. So we're getting like World War II Captain America, or Captain America. Wow, Captain America. But we're getting World War II Captain America. We're getting like teenager Spider-Man, like young Black Widow, and something else. But it's heroes from different time periods being dumped into like a different world. I think it might be the Savage Land, and they like don't know how they got there, and they're gonna have to like survive and stuff. It's just very. I think this is kind of going to be like their new version of What If. So I'm interested to see how it goes. I really am. I think it could be pretty fun. Yeah, science fiction. It just looks like an old classic comic book cover. I like that. So yeah, but that's it. Like I said, no trades this month. I don't think there's any trades I need to get for the next month or so. So yeah, and there's no back issues I was going after. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I just had the monthlies for now. But yeah, there you go. Those are my monthlies for this month. Journey into Monthlies number 2. And like I said, these are for July 2021. Even though you will see this video in August, these are the monthlies for July. Because like I said, I ordered them at the end of the month, and then they come in by the beginning of the next month. So I ordered these at the end of July, they came in at the beginning of August. And that's just the way it kind of works. So yeah. Thank you, and I hope y'all enjoy looking at the comics I like, or the comics I get. I don't always keep all of them. I notice my camera keeps moving. I apologize. I don't know why it's doing that, but I must be moving something over here. But yeah, those are my comics for the month. And again, you probably won't see another one of these for another month because it's Journey into Monthlies, and you're only really going to catch one once a month. So it is what it is. But thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed this kind of different kind of unboxing, not looking at figures, looking at comics. I like doing this. I like sharing what I'm reading, making recommendations. If I'm reading something and you want to know how it is, DM me on Instagram or shoot me a message, or comment on here, whatever you want to do, and I'll give you an opinion. If I this is a new book. If I think it sucks, I'm going to tell you it sucks. So is what it is. But thank you, and I'll catch you guys in the next monthlies, Journey into Monthlies, a whole month from now.